Okay, walkout. So we're on journal page 51, connecting intercepts and linear factors. If a function is quadratic, it can be represented by y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real numbers, and a does not equal 0. This is called the standard form of the quadratic equation. A quadratic function is a factored form when it is written as y equals k parentheses x minus h parentheses x minus b, where k does not equal 0. All right, let's take a look at the first example. Enter the function in standard form. Okay, so we have y equals 5 parentheses x minus 2 times x plus 1. So now we need to FOIL what's in parentheses. So we have y equals 5. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is plus 1x. Negative 2 times x is minus 2x. And then negative 2 times 1 is a minus 2. All right. So now we need to multiply by 5. So y equals 5x squared plus 5x minus 10x minus 10. We're going to combine the x's. So that's y equals 5x squared minus 5x minus 10. All right. So now let's take a look at the next example. All right. Enter the function in standard form. So we have y equals 3 parentheses x plus 4 parentheses x plus 4. So we have y equals 3. We're going to FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times 4 is plus 4x. 4 times x is plus 4x. 4 times 4 is plus 16. Now we're going to multiply everything by 3. So y equals 3x squared plus 12x plus 12x plus 48. Combine the x's. So y equals 3x squared plus 24x plus 48. All right, let's take a look at the next example. All right, example 3. Enter the function in standard form. So we have y equals negative 3 parentheses x plus 3x minus 4. So we're going to FOIL. So that's y equals negative 3. X times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. 3 times x is plus 3x. And then 3 times negative 4 is minus 12. All right, so now we're going to distribute the negative 3. So y equals negative 3x squared plus 12x minus 9x plus 36. We're going to combine the x's. So y equals negative 3x squared plus 3x plus 36. All right, go ahead and finish up example 3. All right, example 4. Enter the function in standard form. Determine the x-intercepts and zeros of the function. So we have y equals negative 2 parentheses x minus 3 x minus 7. So we have y equals negative 2. We're going to FOIL. X times x is x squared. X times negative 7 is negative 7x minus 3x plus 21. Now multiply by negative 2, so that's y equals negative 2x squared plus 14x plus 6x minus 42. So y equals negative 2x squared, let's combine the x's, plus 20x minus 42. All right, so the standard form is y equals negative 2x squared plus 20x minus 42. Now let's find the x-intercepts, okay? So to find the x-intercepts, we're going to set -2 parentheses x minus 3 times x minus 7 equal to 0. That means that we're saying that y equals 0. So we have -2 parentheses x minus 3 equal to 0 and x minus 7 equal to 0. Divide both sides by -2. That divides becomes 1. You get x minus 3 equal to 0. Add 3 to both sides. X equals 3. Here, add 7 to both sides. X equals 7. All right, so our intercepts are 3, 0, and 7, 0. So the zeros are 3 and 7. All right, let's go ahead and use our calculator to check that. So we're going to go to On, New Document, No, Add Graph. We're going to graph -2 parentheses x minus 3, x minus 7. We're going to click and delete the equation. Now to find the zeros, we're going to go to Menu, Analyze Graph, 0, click, drag, Menu, Analyze Graph, zeros, click, drag, and you can see that our answers are correct at 3, 0 and 7, 0. Now let's take a look at the next example. All right, enter the function in standard form. Determine the x-intercepts and the zeros of the function. So we have y equals 2, parentheses x plus 4, x minus 2. So then that's y equals 2. We're going to FOIL x times x is x squared minus 2x plus 4x minus 8. So then we're going to multiply by 2. So that's y equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 8x minus 16. Combine the x's. So y equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 16. So standard form is 2x squared plus 4x minus 16. All right, now to find the intercepts, we're going to set 2 parentheses x plus 4 equal to 0 and x minus 2 equal to 0. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. That divides becomes 1. X plus 4 equal to 0. Subtract 4 from both sides. X equals -4. Add 2 to both sides. X equals 2. All right, so our intercepts are -4, 0, and 2, 0. So the zeros are -4 and 2. Okay, let's go ahead and check our answer. So we're going to go to On, New Document, No, Add Graph. So we have 2 parentheses x plus 4 parentheses x minus 2. We're going to click and delete equation. Menu, Analyze Graph, 0, click, drag, Menu, Analyze Graph, 0, click, drag, and you can see that our answers are correct. All right, let's take a look at the next example. All right, a soccer ball is kicked from the ground level. The function y equals -16x, parentheses x minus 6 shows the height and feet of the ball, where x in time in seconds. After how many seconds will the ball hit the ground? So to find out when it hits the ground, we're going to set -16x, parentheses x minus 6 equal to 0. That means y equals 0, and that's your height. Okay, your height is 0. So we set -16x equal to 0 and x minus 6 equal to 0. Divide here by both sides. X equals 0. Now, x equals 0 is the time when the ball was kicked. Okay, we add 6 to both sides here. X equals 6, and that's when the ball hit the ground. Okay, so the ball will hit the ground in 6 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and graph and verify that answer is correct. So we're going to go to on, new document, no, add graph. So we're going to graph negative 16x, parentheses, x minus 6. Now, the error happened because whenever you put an x in parentheses, they want you to put a multiplication symbol between. So make sure you do that. All right, we're going to delete this. Now we want to see the full path of the ball. So we're going to go to menu, window zoom. Now, we want quadrant 1 because we want all the values to be positive. Okay. Now, that didn't help because we don't see the top of the graph. So when that doesn't work, we're going to go to menu, window zoom, zoom fit. Now we can see the entire path of the ball, but we see too much. So we're going to go to menu, window zoom, window settings. Now we can't have negative time, so this has to be 0. The max seems to be okay. Let's count by ones. Okay. The Y min, we can't have negative time. I think 600 is a little high, so let's try 300. And then let's press OK. All right. So now we can see the path of our ball, and we want to find this point right here when it hits the ground. So we're going to go to menu, analyze graph. We want 0. Click, drag, and that verifies that 6 is correct. All right. Let's take a look at the next example. All right. A tennis ball is tossed upward from a balcony. The height of the ball in feet can be modeled by the function y equals -4, parentheses 2x plus 1, parentheses 2x minus 7, where x is the time in seconds after the ball is released. Find the maximum height of the ball and the time it takes for the ball to reach the height. Graph the function to determine how long it takes the ball to hit the ground. So let's go ahead and use our calculator for this. We're going to go to on, new document, no. We're going to add graph. We're going to graph -4, parentheses 2x plus 1, parentheses 2x minus 7. All right, so we're going to click here. And we don't see the full path of the graph. So we go menu, window zoom. We tried quadrant 1 last time. That didn't work because we didn't see the whole graph. So we're going to go to zoom fit. Okay, we see the path of the ball, but we need to go to menu, window zoom, window settings, and adjust. We're going to change the x min to 0 because you can't have negative time. The scale auto is fine. Y minimum is 0, okay, because we can't have negative height. And 275 looked a little high, so let's just go to 100. Press OK. Now we can see the path of our ball, and we want to find the maximum height right here. So we're going to go to menu, analyze graph, maximum, click, drag. So our maximum height is 64 feet in 1.5 seconds. So the tennis ball reached a maximum height of 64 feet after 1.5 seconds. Now we want to see when the ball hits the ground. So we're going to go back here, and that's here. So we're going to go to menu, analyze graph. We want 0, click, drag, and so we can see the ball hits the ground in 3.5 seconds. So it will take 3.5 seconds for the tennis ball to hit the ground. All right, let's take a look at the last example. All right, example 13. How could you find standard form of equation in quadratic function when the zero is at -3 and 8? Complete the explanation. So if the zeros are -3 and 8, we can say that x equals -3 and x equals 8. Now we're going to work backwards to find the equation. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. So that's x plus 3. And then we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. So that's parentheses x minus 8. So the product is x plus 3 times x minus 8. Now use the product to find the standard form of the equation of the quadratic function. Okay, so we're now going to say that this is y equals, and we're going to FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 8 is negative 8x. 3 times x is plus 3x. And then 3 times negative 8 is minus 24. So we combine the x's. So y equals x squared minus 5x minus 24. So the standard form is y equals x squared minus 5x minus 24. All right, go ahead and finish up your example, start working on your assignment, and have a wonderful Wildcat day.